so first we had free play, then we had the training walk, and now we're on the bed, and then we'll move to reflection. So they're on their beds. We've already gotten the first set of kids off to school. We have the second half here. You can see we still have our breakfast mess and chaos. And we've had everyone rush out today's walk with principal day at school, so it was a little bit chaotic. Anyways, and the kids have done great. No one's actually tried to get off their bed. We're going to do some more door knocking here in a second. We sit the kids out one door, and they're going to come around another door and knock on the door for us, so it's a surprise for the dogs. Where normally I've been walking up to the door knocking, and they've gotten really good at that, so now we're going to have someone just walk up. Scott's dropping pencils. Coming, just a second. You can hear them ringing the doorbell and them knocking.
Hello guys, welcome. It's so exciting.
You can hear Scott being over exaggerated. Here comes the kids in. Shh,
Good job, Davey.
So Davian's gonna apply distance pressure to Sully for us because he was first up.
Awesome, it's a party.
As soon as Sully's bum went down, Davian released that distance pressure. We have more knocking.
Just a second, here I come.
We're opening other doors that are in the room behind us.
Hello, welcome, come on in.
And the kids, the furry kids, Sully and Camp, are looking, so are the human ones, I guess, are looking, but neither one are getting up or standing up that time. So that was really great. We're going to have some of the staff come over, and we'll have them come in. Scott's hitting the pumpkins up top.
Come on in.
Scott, will you step out and see how Sully does when you go out with the door open?
Yeah, come on guys, let's all go. Come on, let's go.
Shh, So, I'm going to use the leash, put him back on the bed. Shh, use my distance pressure.
Here we go. Bye,
So
guys.
one reason, bye, we don't use commands was that exact purpose, right? Scott said, all right, let's go. If we're using verbal commands like okay or let's go or things like that, the dogs are going to react to Scott calling the kids to let's go, right? So we want to make sure right now while we're doing behavioral training, we don't use any cues. The only way we get them off their bed is grabbing that leash or their collar and walking them off of their beds so that they don't respond to him calling the kids or any of the excitement. We're teaching them. All you got to do is just chill there. I'll get you off your bed when it's time. All you need to do is just be happy and chill. And they're doing great. We're going to keep working with them. Oh, Sully's thinking about getting off. Camp's rocking it over there. All right, here we are. Excuse me, with Camp. We're going for our walk. We're going to go past some barking dogs today. Remember, when we start, my hands by my side, slightly behind me, loose leash. We're leg to leg, right beside each other. Sorry, I don't have my selfie stick today, so the view's a little up close. I'm going to use my 5 tools, the reset, the zigzag, the flick, the direction change, and the rollback to make sure there's no pressure on this leash when my arm is at my side. This is how I'm going to do the walk for the whole foreseeable future. So I want him to walk right beside me, calm, cool, and collected. We're going to go past some barking dogs. Hopefully they'll be out this afternoon. They weren't out this morning for us. So we can work on being calm, cool, and collected even while there's dogs barking and yelling and things are happening. When Camp goes home, the owners are going to repeat the same process. Free play, training, walk, bed, reflect. Free play, training, walk, bed, reflect. A minimum of twice a day, preferably 3 times a day, but for sure at least twice a day. We'll go over that more in the leaving lesson. But it's pretty simple and hard at the same time. But what you're simply doing is you're doing leash work and bed work. I'm using my tools to have a loose leash. And that's it. That's the simple thing. Putting it into practice is the part that makes it difficult. So making sure you understand the concepts before you get here for the pickup lessons so you can practice them is really important. Here I am with Camp. We have Scott's riding his motorcycle back and forth with Pip. We're working with Camp on being calm, cool, and collected as Scott rides past. He has been acting like a wild child, jumping and barking and lunging and thinking he's gonna eat the other dog, and we're just working with him on sitting here calm, cool, and collected. So we're just repeating it over and over and over again until Camp is able to watch him pass by peacefully and calmly, which he's doing awesome at now. I'm sorry I didn't get the camera out sooner so I could show you, but all I was doing was anytime his bum would come up, I would correct by using that weight of an apple, and as soon as his bum would go down, I would release. Right now he's in avoid. You can see he's looking the total opposite direction. Scott's on the street right there, and Camp is looking the other way, avoiding. That's okay. It's fight, flight, avoid, accept. We had fight, we had flight, now we're avoiding. Now he's kind of looking back and forth, checking in with the other dog and with Scott. That is perfect. That's exactly what we want there. I'm going to lift up. I'm going to lift up because he's like sneaking a little farther forward. And we're just getting that acceptance. Now he's actually looking at the dog and being kind. So you didn't get to see the fight and flight. You got to see the avoid. And now we're to acceptance. I actually don't generally get it caught all on video this well, but that was pretty good. So we'll see how he does this time. If he's still accepting of it, we'll move on. If he goes back to fight or flight or avoid, we'll continue. Oh. So we had a fight there where he is barking and freaking out because his friend started freaking out. There we go. So I just lifted up the weight of an apple. So again, I said we'd do it again unless we went back to fight or flight, and we did. So Scott's going to go again so that we can get a good either avoid or accept. And we just need him to sit here calm, cool, and collected while the other dog goes past. No, so he's still not doing it, so we're going to walk and we're going to have Scott do it again. Gonna have him put his thumb down. And Scott's gonna go past again. Oh, here comes the car. So I'm gonna kind of move up a little bit farther this way. Have him put his thumb down. He did awesome. Oh. That was much better. We're gonna move over. The car is gone. We're gonna go back over. Bum down. Nope. Put our bums down. I'm going to go back to the side here. So you can see we're still barking. Well, the dog's going to get worn out going back and forth there, Camp. It's good for him. Pip loves to run. So I'm just lifting up the weight of an apple. Because his bum is standing, he is in avoid mode again, which is fine. I'll take avoid or accept. Just lifting up the weight of an apple, waiting for him to put his bum down. He has not put his bum down, but that time that was a bark in avoidance, not a fight, so that was much better. We're going to walk up a little bit. We're going to put our bum down again. Not on the rocks, we'll go to the grass. How's that? Alright. Okay, he's turning back in front of us now with the dog. And that was beautiful. That's exactly what we wanted. Thank you. Oh, sorry, I moved the camera. So we want that. That was exactly the thing. You got to see fight, flight, avoid, and accept. Well, we didn't really see a true acceptance, but we saw the start of it, and that's exactly what we want. Alright, so we have our leash here. Usually when you find a leash, it is all jumbled up, right? So I'm going to start by finding my handle. This is the handle. It's got black teeth right here, and it just looks like a handle. At the other end will be this. I kind of open it up here. I see a slip lead. This is going to slip up and down. It's going to bump into this black piece so it only gets that loose. And then right here I have this long piece. It's like a little figure eight. If I grab this piece, it's going to make a little loop. So I have a big loop by this black connector that's going to go over the head and by the ears, and I have this small loop that's going to go over the nose. This is a safety that just connects back to the collar, just in case you ever got it off. So I use this keeper, I push the button so it can get bigger. I'm going to make it bigger. I'm going to find my head piece and my nose piece. I like to put my hand through the nose piece and through the head piece just so I can guide it on their head. I'm going to go up and over. Then I'm going to go over the nose. And I'm going to pull it up snugly behind the ears. If you see it's offset, it's right here. So I'm going to move the nose piece. I'm going to move this direction. I'm going to move this opposite. So I'm just going to move it where I want it to be. And I'll move this opposite. Now I'm going to push the button and scoot it down. I'm going to grab the keeper down here. And I'm going to attach it to the collar. To check and make sure that this is on the right tightness, I'm just going to lift up that weight of an apple. It should only be about 1 inch, so I know it's a little too loose. When I release, the pressure goes away. That's how we put it on. To take it off, I'm going to press that same black keeper, pull it up, loosen it off his head, off his nose, and then take it off of the collar. So again, it's all wadded up. I'm going to find my little black piece here, put my O-ring up against it, find my nose piece here, and my hands are backwards, so I'm going to flip my hands around. So it's good for his head. So the black piece is still going to go behind the ears. You just can't. I'm going to go over his head, over his nose. I'm going to cinch it down. You can see I'm crooked again. It's way right here. So I'm going to pull this piece this way and push that one that way. Snug this down. Get the keeper. Connect it to the collar. Do the weight of an apple. It's only about 1 inch, so I'm good to go. This is called a transitional leash. You will get one when camp goes home. You'll get to pick out your color, what we have in the office. To loosen it, take it off. I'm just going to loosen it, take it off the nose, cinch it back down, and he's ready just to be in a slip lead on the bed here. I'll give you one at checkout. You can kind of pick your color of what you would want for him. You're going to use it every time you're moving him off the bed to go to his room, off his bed to go in the backyard, to go, or from the room to the backyard. You're going to use it from the play yard to your walk. You're going to use it the whole time you're on the walk. You're going to use it getting in and out of the car. So you're going to use this slip lead all the time, so you're going to get really good at it and be familiar. But I want to make sure you know how to put it on and how to take it off, because you're going to use it lots. All right, so we did our free play, our training walk. Now we're on to our bed. And remember, reflection is just when they are in their kennel or in their room without not like in your bedroom, but like in a mud room or a bathroom or a laundry room, a place where they can just sit and think about all that they've learned and how awesome training has been. Our walks went really well. Both of them had some really, really good learning opportunities when it came to the dog running down the road with the motorcycle and walking. This is their first time walking with a buddy, so it was interesting to work their minds that way and have them walk together and then separate and watch a dog leave and catch up to a dog and keeping that no pressure on the leash. So it was good to work that side of their brain. They did a great job. Who are you for? Sully? You can go and give it to him. So Sully has to be on his bed in the sit position, and he is here for his snack today. So he's gonna have his snack. It's a little popsicle. I'll get you something, Cam. Don't worry. Yeah. So right there, he just gets a treat every day at lunch. That was part of one of the things, or not every day. I don't actually know when they booked it for, but it was a little popsicle. But again, so she gave him a treat. His bum was down. He got it, and then he could eat it. Wouldn't mind if he stood up while eating it, as long as soon as he finished, he sat back down in that layer down position. You can see the transitional leashes are not on their nose. I'm about to make a video of how we use them and how we put them on. So I will show you how those work also today. They both did very good. We're going to stay on the beds for a while today because we had such a growing experience with the dog being out, and both of them had to work really hard to learn to control that impulse, and so I'm very proud of them both.